மார்கழி
கலையே சுந்தராகாரம் சதைக்க பிரியதர்ஷனம் அஜ்ஞானநாசகம் தேவம் சத்குரும் முரளீதரம் முரளீமண்டித கரகமலம் முனிஜனமோகனம் व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम् அங்கண்மாஞாலத்து அரசரபிமான பங்கமாய் வந்து நின் பள்ளி கட்டு கீழே சங்கமிரு பார்ப்போர் வந்து தலை பெய்தோம் கிங்கிணிவாய் செய்த தாமரை பூ போலே செங்கண் சிறு சிறிதே எம்மே விழியாவோ திங்களும் ஆதித்யனும் எழுந்தார் போல் அங்கண் இரண்டும் கொண்டு எங்கள் மேல் நோக்குதியே எங்கள் மேல் சாபம் இழிந்தேலோரம் பாவாய்.
Hi to all of you around the world. I'm going to be doing my favorite recipe, something that I love teaching people, something that is the most divine prasad that we offer to God. This is Kozhakattai. Kozhakattai is actually very, very easy to make. All you need is devotion and passion. And in a very simple step, I'll show you how to do 3 different kinds of Kozhakattais. You soak raw rice. For 1 cup of raw rice, you need to add 2 cups of water. And out of that, half a cup or a little less than half a cup should be milk. That is what gives it the silken softness and the extreme white color. So I ground it to a very fine paste. I'm adding the other cup, which consists of milk a little and most of it is water. We will add a little salt to this. We will add sesame oil to this. This has to be made into a thick dough. It rolls itself into the spatula itself. Then you know it is done. Okay? So we will throw this into the thing. So we're going to stir it. It has to be to this level where you wet your hands and touch this and it's still good. And this I will empty into another dish. I had done another lot. So just to give you a sample, I have done that. I'll just rub some little oil in my hands and I'll start making those outer fillings for the different croquettes. Before I go to do the next step, I wanted to show you that we soak urad dal with green chilies, salt and hing. We grind it to a very coarse paste like this. It's coarse if you can find out. And this will go into the steamer. Once it's completely steamed, I will cool it, I will break it down, crumble it, and then season with mustard. It'll be ready for the spicy filling, which we call Ulutham Purnam Kozhakattai. I have done a batch. Season this with mustard, mix it up, and then use it. In the meantime, I will do the sweet filling. All these details of the Kozhakattai, part by part, has been discussed in my YouTube channel. I add 3/4 or slightly less than 3/4 of jaggery for the coconut. I've taken 3/4 of this portion. So I will first melt it, strain it in case there is some scum or something. You can also use the brown jaggery powder, and that should be good enough for this. What is important is this has to be got into a sticky consistency where when it cools, you can make into round balls and it stays firm. You should not overdo this because then it has chances to become brittle. This has melted completely, so I'm going to strain this. The more you clean any jaggery or what they call molasses, the more they add chemicals and bleach it and it gets lighter in color. And that is not good jaggery. You rather buy the dark jaggery, you melt it, you strain it to remove the scum and then use it. Dark jaggery powder also, that also I think works. This coconut will go into this. So we will stir it. Water from the jaggery evaporates, and then in the end we will add a little cardamom powder and a little ghee, and then when we feel it with a wet hand, it is sticky to the touch. இது வந்து ரொம்ப டெடிகேஷன், லவ் அண்ட் பேஷனோட பண்ணணும். நம்மளுக்கு அந்த மனசில் அந்த டெடிகேஷன் அண்ட் டிவோஷன் தான் வேணும். That's all you need, the love and dedication. And this turns out to be the best prasadam in the world. I do believe nothing comes near Kozhakattais ever. No prasadam comes near the divinity of this food. For a lot of people, Puliyar is a favorite, Lord Ganesha. So you would love to do it in the best way possible. You have to cool it first before you make into balls. I will add the cardamom powder. I add a little ghee. Homemade ghee. This is done. The mustard is popping, so I'll throw on this. Make sure it becomes crumbly. One important factor that I have to mention here for the Ulutham Purnam Kozhakattai, the spice level has to be high because the outer covering is slightly thicker and that will make it very bland. It cannot be made transparent like the sweet Kozhakattai. So the filling has to be really spicy with more of salt and green chili. So the taste will be right when you steam it and have. You use the same purnam for the Mani Kozhakattai. I add a little of this. So for that, I will add very little salt and hing powder. This has become really sticky and good. This will not be brittle. Here, it's a little hot for me to handle right now. We need to cool it more, but I can still make it into small balls. Kutti kuttiya dhaan enakku eppodume panna pidikkum. I don't like large balls. Nanna ottinde sticky. See how sticky it is. It's sticking to my hand. This is how it should be. இவ்வளோ ஸ்டிக்கியாக இருந்தால் தான் நன்னா வரும். இதோ உருட்டி வச்சுக்கணும். here. I mixed it up. I just rubbed very little oil in my hand. Tiny balls for the sweet கொழுக்கட்டை. நிறைய சாப்பிடலாம். சின்ன பீசஸாக இருந்தால் எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். I will make larger ones for the, okay, this larger. This one will be ideal. Little. I'll press it down with my forefinger and then I will start making these and putting your left thumb under in the center. Every place gets evenly thinned and then you add this. Just try to make it transparent on the sides so when it's steamed you can see the sweet filling in the outside here. So here, take this and you bring it to the top. Gently, I can actually see the outside here. This is it. This is for the bigger one, for the Ulithampurnam. So this is slightly larger, the ball. Perfect cover. Here, you have to make sure the corners are all the fillings are tucked inside before you press it. Tucked inside before you press it. So this is perfect. I'll make one more of this here. This is quite adequate, I should say, because it's pretty spicy for sure. In fact, it should be completely crumbled. You can't allow little lumps to get in because that will come in the way of covering it. So when you cover it, it has to be pressed down like this. Here, it has to be pressed down and then the corners should be free of the filling. Here you go. So, next, mani கொழுக்கட்டை. Okay, this I will add very little salt. Okay, hing powder. Just applying some oil in my hand. You can make this separately also as a snack for an evening party or something. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Make it into a cord and then make it into small balls, not very large. These will be steamed and then I will put it in the pan along with very little of the spicy filling and mix it up with curry leaves. And this is the famous Ammani கொழுக்கட்டை or Mani கொழுக்கட்டை. Fabulous dish. This is with the remaining, that's why we call it Ammani or the dear little கொழுக்கட்டை. It's an endearing term which we use in Tamil. So I will close this and steam this. And I'm going to fill this up. This has already been greased with oil. There's water under. You have to remove it once it's cooled down because it will stick to the surface. Steam it on medium flame. Within 7 minutes, it'll be done. We will start making this for the mani கொழுக்கட்டை. This is already steamed and cooled. In goes these கொழுக்கட்டைs. You can also add coconuts. I don't want to add that because we already have a sweet filling கொழுக்கட்டை. Some curry leaves in the end. Crush it and add. This one is done. It looks so soft and so milky white. It just melts in the mouth. Enjoy making these super soft கொழுக்கட்டைs at home and you will not regret. I've explained it in as easy a manner as possible. This method of doing கொழுக்கட்டை with blended batter, making it into a dough, is much better than if you were to make கொழுக்கட்டை out of rice flour and water, because this one stays fresh the next day, and when you steam it up, it is still fresh because the milk that you add, it's still silky smooth and it doesn't break like when you make it with the flour. So follow this method, which is much easier because the dough also gets cooked very well. Whereas the rice flour, when you add warm water and mix it up, it is not cooked really. So it can get spoiled faster. So this is the best method to do. Follow this. இது வந்து ரொம்ப நல்ல மெத்தட் இது பண்ணுறதுக்கு. ஏன்னா இது அடுத்த நாளும் ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக இருக்கும். வெயிட்டில் வச்சு சூடாக எடுத்தோன்னாக்க அந்த மாவை வந்து வெந்நீரில் கலரி பண்ணோன்னா அது வந்து குக்டாக இல்லை, அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் அரைவரை தான். அடுத்த நாளைக்கு அது வந்து வெளியில் அந்த அவுட்டர் கவரிங் வந்து பிரிஞ்சிடும். Do it this way and you will definitely get the best results. You can add actually for 1 cup of this batter that you soak, you need to add 2 cups. Make the water 1 3/4 cup and make 1/4 cup of milk. So that would make you feel better. Sometimes when the rice is not aged rice, you will not get the best results you want to make into a dough. So make sure that the rice is aged and it's old rice so you get the best results. Okay? So do try it at home, but you have to make it only with raw rice, not with boiled rice. This divine offering to God, which we enjoy afterwards, is super easy to make. Do make it at home, and I'm very glad I have prepared this and shown it in the Rise of Margazhi occasion. I love to make Kozhakattais, and I love teaching others how to make it super easy. Bye.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare